This is Bob Maloney from MyMMAnews.com, and this past Saturday night, I was in Lucerne County Fairgrounds with my guest here as he stepped into the ring, and we're going to talk about his fight. Before we get to that, JJ, my man, great to see you. How you feeling?
I feel great. Feel better than ever.
All right, now listen, let's just talk about what happened because it was an unfortunate situation. JJ was fighting for the USKA 205-pound Thai title fight, and JJ came in, and JJ basically the first round just destroyed his opponent. Let's just be honest. I mean, he threw him down like 3 times. He really – it was a 10-8 round. I mean, it was a domination of the first round. I was surprised. Listen, it showed me something that your opponent made it to the second round. And then we go to the second round, and, you know, JJ smelled blood in the water. I mean, he was going for the finish. He had his opponent up against the ropes, and he hit him. And then, you know what? His headgear popped off, and JJ hit him with a quick right to the nose. He went down. Now, the headgear came off before referee Bazooka Joe Stripling was able to come in, and you know, the referee wound up ruling it a no contest because of the headgear coming off. I thought it was a legitimate knockout. I know, you know, Crew Masonette thought it was a legitimate knockout. JJ thought it was a legitimate knockout. I know the fans weren't happy. Unfortunately, it's one of them things that, you know, but listen, I still think despite you not being named, it was a no contest, despite not being named the official champion, I still think that you should take this as a win. I mean, this is still your amateur career. I mean, you and your team have to be thrilled with your performance because it was as good as you can be. I mean, you were dominant for the entire fight. Tell me, you know, about the sequence, about the fight. Give me your thoughts on it a couple days later.
Yeah, so me and my team, we went over it again, watched film, and did what we had to do. We watched it just like you said in the first round. It's a 10-8 round. You can't take that away from me. I dominated the whole round, tripped him 3-4 times, knocked him down, gave him a standing 8. When if you go and watch it, he was down for like 12 seconds. That happened. End of the first round, just like I said, pure domination. Second round came, again more sweeps, and then that headgear shit happened. Popped it off, hit him with the right hand, and to me. Listen, you can either call a knockout or he was faking it all because no matter what way you look at it, that's how it went. It looked like a movie to me, like he was just trying to not be there anymore. I put pressure on him. I put that Masonette Muay Thai stamp on him, and I just dominated him the whole time. And it's crazy because somebody who could talk all the amount of crap that he talked prior to that fight, like. That's one thing when it comes to fighting, and especially local fights. Know who you're talking in front of because it's always going to come back to the person you talked it about. And by him doing that, I thank him because it put a battery on my back, and then Crew just charged that shit up, and the consequences are what happened. And that's his own fault. That's really what it is. Yeah.
Listen, let's talk. Listen, the fight's over with. Let's talk about some other things because we got to move on. It's one fight at a time.
Yeah.
You took that fight, you learned from it, and what you learned from it was that, you know, damn, I'm getting better. I'm working hard. Yeah. I'm getting better. So let's move on from that fight, even though you don't have the belt that you really do deserve. Move on from it. Now, I've gotten to see you fight several of your fights, and to me, the biggest take I got from that fight was the strength in your striking. I thought, you know, you're a tall guy, you have a lot of length, and I thought, you know, the sound and the impact of your striking with your legs, I thought has really advanced a lot. I mean, your kicks, you know, you were always a dangerous fighter, but, you know, everybody gets better. I thought that, you know, when you struck him with your kicks, you could hear it, you could see it. I'm like, man, JJ is really, you know, he's getting even more dangerous. He's getting stronger. Those leg kicks, my goodness. Tell me a little bit about that. Do you feel the same way that, you know, listen, as a fighter, you want to work on everything, but what stuck out to me was damn, man, this dude is, I don't want to be kicked like that. This dude's legs, JJ's legs are for his kicks are even stronger, more impact. Do you notice that? Like when you're in the gym and you're hitting the heavy bag, do you feel that increase in strength and velocity from your legs?
Yeah, we noticed. And all thanks to my team and crew. That's their work put onto me. But even though I see it, I'm never satisfied. I always feel like I could kick harder and harder and harder. Even when I looked at the fight, those aren't my hardest kicks. I could kick so much harder than that. And we're gonna work on that.
Well, listen, you obviously have a great relationship with your coach. I talk to him all the time. He's like a brother to me, and I know he takes you guys like his father. He feels like he's your father figure. Like he cares about you guys like you're his kids. So obviously you talk to him about your career moving further. Do the two of you feel that you still have more to prove at the amateur ranks, or do you guys feel like it's time for JJ Veramendi to, take a pro fight? What's the thought on that?
No, we're gonna stick with the amateur. I've still so much to learn. I'm not there yet. I don't feel like that, and I know my camp doesn't either. We want to try to perfect everything as slow as possible, because that's the best way to do it. And with that being said, I have another fight coming up on the 9th. We're getting back in there pretty quickly. So we're going to focus on that one, and then we're going to see where it goes from there. Hopefully go on the December 11th for the USKA and walk out with the belt that time, right?
Well, talk to me about the fight on the 9th. Do you have an opponent? Where it's at? Who's the promotion? Feed me that information. I need to know.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what the promotion's called, but it's in Queens, New York. We do know who it is. I think he's like a Taekwondo fighter. Nothing I'm completely worried about, but you have to respect your opponent. I'm just gonna go back in there and do what I do. I don't think there's anybody in this division right now in this amateur field that is as strong as I am. Nothing that worries me at the moment.
Well, listen, and you're still young. How old are you now, JJ?
I'm 22 still.
Yeah, I mean, you're and like the guy you fought, he looked like he was much older than you. So
yeah, he's 31.
Yeah, you have all this energy. You're younger, and I love your career and where it's going and what you're doing. So give out some love or some shout outs. Yours, like I said, I know you had a lot of fans there, and I always tease you about, Hollywood. You look like a movie star. You got, everybody wants to come and get their picture with you afterwards. And I don't have a picture with you yet, just so you know.
What's up with that?
I don't know. You know why? Because you're so much taller than me. You're going to make me look short and fat and not as good looking if I get a picture with you. So
we got to get one ASAP.
Figure that out, my man. But like I said, give out some shout outs or some love. I know your mom was there and she was screaming for you, and you had other people there support you. So, tell them how you feel about the support.
No, I just want to thank everybody who came out to that fight. It meant a lot. Even the people who didn't come out and then noticed me at the end of that card, because that just means a lot. It just means everything's growing for me. And I just want to thank all of them initially, because they're like a big part of my fight career is the fans. And then, of course, I want to thank Crew Hamza Masonette, Brandon Masonette, Reginald Carter. These are guys that they worked me harder than anybody could ever do it. I learned everything from them. And, of course, my mom. That's my stomping ground right there. That's my rock. She keeps me through it all. So I just want to thank all of them.
Well, JJ, man, you looks like you're going from one camp to another. You obviously are loving this lifestyle, and I'm happy to talk to you every time. It's a pleasure watching your career advance, and I know, it's just going to get better and better. So thanks for giving me some time. Thanks for reaching out, my man, and I will talk to you soon. Go start collecting them belts, and then sooner or later, you're going to start collecting checks to be fighting. So JJ Veramendi, I call him Hollywood. It's not out of respect. It's out of respect. It's not out of like calling him just like Hollywood. It's because my man, he's just so damn good looking, man. He's the best looking dude, man. He's my man.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got a big heart too, man. And I love you for it. So thanks for doing what you do and keep working hard. And, I'll talk to you again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.